Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this Monday pod of Born to Be a Star, a pod where you recognize your star power. To get this pod started off today, I just want to recognize moms. I know Mother's Day was about 2 weeks ago, but I got to tell you that I am so lucky to have such an amazing mom. My mom is just such a loving, giving person. I don't think I'll ever meet anyone else like her. As I've gotten older, my mom really, in some ways, has turned into my best friend. There's occasions where sometimes I have to tell my mom like I don't want to do this, but that happens with every parent, with every kid, I guess, at some point. But I think it's important that we recognize and we love our parents. So if you're lucky enough to still have your parents around, or you're lucky enough to still be able to spend time with them, especially being busy working full time and being an adult, then I say enjoy your time with them, because no day's promised, man. If anything, I feel like COVID showed us that just how easy it is for us to die when it comes to a pandemic. So I feel like we need to love our family members, especially our moms. Our moms should get all the love that we can give them. Granted, not everybody has a great mom, so if your mom isn't great, maybe don't love them. I don't know. Every situation is different. Anyways, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I spent the weekend getting my car looked at. Today is a bright, beautiful new day, and I'm loving the sun. Finally the sun is out. Man, it's been like dreary and rainy and cold and muggy, and it hasn't been good weather, and the sun has just been non-existent in this part of the East Coast, and it just kind of felt like summer or spring wasn't coming. I can't tell you how many times I've woken up and I've just thought, is the sun going to be out today? Like, are we really just going to be stuck in darkness forever? Like, and I know that sounds really, depressing or whatever, but it's a legit feeling, right? Like, I don't know. This winter was really rough. I really felt like it was never going to end. Honestly, it wasn't that bad of a winter. It only snowed a couple of times, but I just felt like it was never going to end. It just felt like it wasn't ever going to be over. Now, I'm not saying that like I don't like having different seasons. I'd rather have different seasons. Granted, people in California, they're just used to like one kind of weather, unless you go into different parts of California that has different weather in California. And I'm not saying California isn't awesome, but like I'm not minding the different seasons of weather in the East Coast. So I will not say that I care about that. Anyways, I hope you're enjoying the sun wherever you are. And I hope that you know that you're a star wherever you are. I hope that you've been able to look in the mirror, regardless if it's on your phone, in the bathroom, in your car, whatever you have, or you've got a pocket mirror, whatever you've got. You use that to put makeup on. You got that in your pocketbook. Or if you're a dude, then you don't have that. So I'm sorry. Wherever you can look at your reflection in the mirror, preferably on your phone with your camera. Look at yourself and understand where you are and understand where you've come from. Understand that you have power. You've star power. Not only do you have star power, but you can seriously do anything you put your mind to. Don't let anybody limit you. Don't let anybody disregard your opinion. Don't let anybody stop you from thinking whatever way you want to. If this is America, land of the free, then we actually need to be free. People can have different thoughts, different opinions, different feelings about different things, and that shouldn't end. That freedom shouldn't be over ever. I'm not going to agree with everybody I talk to, and I don't want to. I like having critical conversations. I like talking to people about different things. I like learning about new things, and I like deciphering things and discovering things. I find that fun. I find it challenging, and I find it interesting. That's why I like reading. That's why I love books. I find all of it so intriguing. We can't start giving people opinions. We're going into no media allowed next, right? And don't forget who you are. You're a star, and we can light up the world together. All of us together, regardless of where you live, regardless of what country you're from, regardless of what time it is. Listen to when I say, yes, you can. Yes, we can. Anything is possible. Fear is a word designed to stop you from recognizing what you can accomplish, what you can do, and what can be completed. Let the doubt go, man. Stop being scared of everything. That's not living. Anyways, let's move into our favorite part of this podcast, and I hope you know you are a star wherever you are. Let's move into no media allowed, no media allowed, no media allowed. 'Cause they lie to us anyway. So, United States is a part of NATO, and we have to be questioning what the hell is up with Vladimir Putin at this point. Like, is this ever going to end? Like, the stuff he's saying doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, oh my God. Like, obviously the United States is part of NATO, so they're going to be on the side of Ukraine. And honestly, everybody should be on the side of Ukraine. It's so horrible that this is happening, and I just want to send love and prayers out to all the brothers and sisters from Ukraine and all the ones that we're welcoming into the United States. And it's going to be rocky at the beginning of this process, but welcome home, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the land of the free. The United States is a place where you will be able to figure out your life and get back on your feet, man. I'm just so sorry this is happening to you. It's very sad. I'm not going to be one of those people that thinks that the United States government is bringing Ukrainians over because they want more white people here, because the United States is running out of white people, so they need to figure out what they're doing with race. I think that the minority population has been growing over the years and decades for a long time, and I think, but I don't think that's still caught up with who originated in this country the most and majority, which was Caucasian or white. Being mixed myself, I really, like I said earlier, I don't agree with color. But we're talking about no media allowed, right? So I'm bringing that up about Ukraine so I can get into the next part of that. Is it smart for the United States to constantly be giving billions of dollars to Ukraine when we're in trouble? Like, inflation's not going away. If you're trying to buy any property right now, good fucking luck, because it sucks to be in that predicament. There's nothing available. You literally have to be on these fucking realtor app all day, every day. You have to be screaming at the realtor. You have to have availability to go look at something as soon as possible. You might not even be able to see it, because that's how crazy everything is. The stock market is just red. And like, why is this happening? His name is Biden. Why is this happening? He's surrounded by a bunch of yes people that won't tell him, get your shit together, man. Like, what are you doing? Nancy Pelosi doesn't need to go to Ukraine. I know she wants to show her support. That's great. But bitch, you got other shit to do here. Like, the state you represent is in the fucking gutter. California is not doing great, bro. The people that are representing California in these blue states suck at their job. They don't know how to deal with money, and it couldn't be more obvious. It's pathetic, bro. Just what's happening here? I unfortunately live in a Democratic state, which I hate, by the way. The governor of our state is just pillaging money and shit, and he's not helping the taxpayers. He's not helping communities. He's not doing anything. They want to keep raising up one community in the state we live in, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. None. Anyways, Biden is a problem. It's only 2022. That means we have 2 more years of this ridiculous hyperinflation. There's no cars available. There's a chip shortage. There's problems with everything. China's still locked down. Everything is going wrong all at the same time. Plus, there's a war with Russia, too. And just what the fuck? There's 76,000 refugees from Afghanistan here. And I don't see a way out of this. Like, now people are going to have to make tough decisions. Food or gas. Rent or clothes. Children or the mortgage. Everything costs a lot of money. How do you do this? How do you handle this? What's next? Just, how do we handle this? it's not working. There's just too much going on. The big resign isn't over either. Like, there's more jobs than people available, but there's now hiring signs everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see it, right? Why can't somebody be honest, right? And that's what I'm trying to get to here. There's a problem in the United States. So when I hear Biden or any of these morons that are politicians talk about billions of dollars going to Ukraine, while I can be sympathetic and feel bad for the country as a person, I don't understand them giving that money away like that. That shit makes no sense to me. There's no rationale behind that. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm sorry, but the president of Ukraine is never going to be able to give any of that back, Biden. And we already owe way too much money for you to just be giving money out like there's no repercussions for that shit. The repercussions are on me and my husband and my mom and my brothers and all my family. It's on us. The people that are going to the grocery store, the people that are driving to the gas station, the people that need to eat food, the people that have pets and babies and kids and are trying to buy their first home, the people that have to buy cars. How do we deal with this? Because the news isn't going to talk about it. Fake media, which is everywhere. And you're not going to see it on social media because social media belongs to the elite. And if you don't understand that, then you're not seeing the bigger picture here. Elon Musk took a risk wanting to purchase Twitter. And everybody is saying everything they possibly can because they understand once he gets a hold of Twitter, they can't do the bullshit they've been doing on Twitter forever. Why did Trump get banned from Twitter? Why are you taking the other side away from everything? And when it happened, I was questioning it. Of course, I was listening to the Young Turks, and I was all in that crew. I've disconnected myself from them completely just because why am I spending $15 for a membership and giving them a Twitch sub and all this shit? How do I have time for that? Like, I'm not living my life. So I stopped doing it because it wasn't healthy for me. And I don't want to just have one side. I want to have all sides. I changed my status for voting for unaffiliated, and I will stay that way forever because I don't want to be on either side. Whoever's running, I'll make my determination. I'm not going to speak for that. But you can't win an argument if only one person's talking. That's not winning. That's the person won't shut the fuck up. You understand? So them banning Donald Trump from Twitter is showing that they can't handle an opposer or someone that disagrees with them. They're the biggest loser. Biden is an example of what a loser is. That man spent 40 years as a politician and did nothing. He was a part of the worst shit that has ever existed in America. All the legislation that him and Bernie Sanders signed off on and criminalizing black Americans, like having people be in jail for shit, like the war on whatever it was. Everything they've done in this country has made no sense. Even right now, the Biden administration is failing. Them replacing redhead with some African American descended person or a black person isn't going to make anything better. She's just going to be lying just like the person before her. And then putting redhead on CNBC. I mean, what the hell are we doing? People have to be better at this. That's just what I'm saying. They do. We have to hold them accountable. Anyways, I dare you to consider what I'm saying. Do you think that the government of the United States should be shrilling out billions, if not trillions of dollars to Ukraine while we have a problem in our country with hyperinflation? There's no houses. Young people, millennials, Generation Z, They can't buy their first houses because there aren't any. And everything is fucking overpriced. There's a problem with newer cars, yet they want us to get all these fucking cars. Everything is a bundle of crap. Ask yourself, remember when potato chips wasn't $6 a bag? Yeah, I remember that. Remember when gas wasn't $10 in California? I wonder, right? Living so close to New York, like, just the idea of being in New York, like, everything just costs more now. Like, I can't even remember when things were cheaper. I literally ordered out dinner or lunch for me and Skip last week. I think it was on Friday. It cost me $30 for 2 paninis, and that same panini used to be $20 for 2. The damn paninis used to be $8. They've gone up $4 from that in a year. That means everything that we're buying, we're the consumers, has gone up. And we can't do anything about it. Moving on to the next part of our conversation. Hold them accountable. Don't lose sight of that, right? 2-day delivery with Amazon Prime. Let me tell you how much I love Amazon Prime. So for Mother's Day, I had my mom's gifts delivered to her house. She had one gift delivered to her on Saturday, and the other was delivered on Mother's Day. And it meant so much to me that she had it delivered directly to her. I just felt so happy and excited and just thrilled when she, sent me a message saying, hey, I got the gift you sent to me. And it meant so much that it got delivered to her on that day. That's what made it special. Amazon is truly awesome. I love having the ability to have things be delivered to me in 2 days, if not 1 day. I love the ability to pay for whatever Amazon Prime is, to have all the other benefits of the membership, whether it's Prime Video, Prime Music, or reading, or Twitch, or the games, or whatever exists in all of it. Amazon Prime 2-day delivery is amazing. I'm not worrying if something's going to be delivered to me in a fucking day, a week. I'm not worried if things are going to be delayed. Granted, I ordered like waist shapers, and the shit came like 9 months later, and by the time it got here, I was like, what did I order? So I'm never going to do that again, like, ever. And it's just, I truly feel like Amazon is not getting as much hype as they deserve for having things be delivered in that short amount of time. And we're still in a pandemic, but they're doing an amazing job. So big ups to Amazon. Thank you for your 2-day delivery. Thank you for your amazing membership. And I'll always be a part of it. And I know I complain about Amazon TV, but we'll get to that part later. But as far as the 2-day shipping, love you guys a million percent. So thank you. Moving on to the next part of our conversation. Still, teamwork is dream work. When you have the ability to work with others to get something done together as a team, then anything is possible. Even if you don't know how you feel about people, or you're having difficult feelings, or you're feeling a certain kind of a way, you still have to have the ability to look at the bigger picture. Teamwork means you have the ability to work together. Regardless of the situation, teamwork comes in handy a lot of times. And you have to know that anything is possible when you set your mind to accomplishing something. So if you're working with, people that are around you, coworkers, and you have to get something done big for whatever company you work for, have a positive mindset going into it. If you're a part of some club, like for where you live, or you're a part of a club outside of that, or something that you like to do, whether it's a hobby or something that you're really into, or you're doing like fantasy, or you're doing anything like that, and you're on a club with a family member or something like that, whether it's husband and wife, brother, father, son, whatever the situation is, working as a team, even if you're just playing cornhole outside in the backyard, working as a team and putting a couple of minds together can really make a big difference. So I definitely encourage that, and I really do believe that teamwork is a dream work. And I say it all the time because I 100% agree with it, and I mean that authentically. Moving on to the next part of our conversation outside of teamwork is the dream work. Did you know that you're awesome? Did you know that if you put your mind to something, you can accomplish it? And regardless of the situation, regardless of the weather, regardless of what time it is, you can do it. Yes, you can. I want to encourage you to say that to yourself. I want to encourage you to look at the positive things. I want to encourage you not to get lost in things that didn't work out. I don't want you to get stuck on a job that you hated that you didn't end up staying at. I don't want you to get stuck on a relationship that you had that flourished off and didn't continue. I don't want you to get stuck in a lot of things that just don't matter. Be better. Be wiser, be smarter, be more aware, be willing to let things go. Sometimes you have to let people go. Sometimes you have to let a whole bunch of stuff go. Sometimes you have to be the bigger person. I encourage you to be that person. Don't be scared. Don't be fearful. Like what we were talking about earlier, don't be that person. Sometimes my mom is always like, I'm so worried about you. And I worry that she's worried because I'm not scared of anything. I mean, I'm not even scared of death itself. Death can't scare me. So if I'm not scared of dying, then I'm actually not scared of anything. I'll pretty much do anything anyone wants to bet me to do. And I'm fearless. So that's how I've been living for a long time. Carefree, fearless, don't give a flying flag. Just living my life like a rock star, bro. Like seriously, like totally am. And that's what I've known. So anything outside of that, I'm questioning it. I'm not agreeing with everybody else just because they have one thought. Especially if it comes to like politics, I disagree with a lot of things that are happening. I know not a lot of people like President Trump, but I do. Right? I know a lot of people might not like Republicans, but I say let's listen to them to see what they're saying. I'm just not going to be a person that just goes along with the flow because it's easy to do that. I want to understand people's thoughts and people's point of views. I want to understand where people are coming from because see, for me, I don't look at people's color of their skin. I'm looking for who they actually are. That's who I am. I want you to know that you are an amazing version of yourself and that you can do anything you put your mind to. Fear is just a word that starts with an F and ends with an R. You could say any F word you want. Food, friend, any word is just a word. The only time meaning goes into it is if you put it there. So stop worrying about everything else and focus on yourself. From this conversation, let's go into something fun. Has anybody been catching up on Shark Tank? Because, oh boy, I'm so far behind on the show. I don't even know. Like, I like Shark Tank, but now everything is about, like, healthy food and everything kind of ventured off from, like, the authenticity of what I like. I like some of the new sharks that are there, though, I'll say that. But I love the idea behind Shark Tank. Shark Tank is a show created showing that anybody can have an idea or a thought, and if they can get investors behind them, you can make anything into a legit company with investors and consumers and profit. And it's a great time to be starting a business, especially during COVID where everything's upside down and all around and who knows what the hell is going on. So I definitely love Shark Tank. HGTV, I don't know, man. All the shows I liked, they're not there. And I don't know what's going on with Food Network, but they're just like showing shows I've already seen. I still haven't seen the end of that Disney show, Moon Knight, but I don't even know if I want to watch the end of it. I just feel like, it could have been better. I started watching the show called The Circle, and it's pretty interesting. I'm on Circle season 2 right now. I don't really like these characters compared to season 1. Joey Broy was my favorite character in season 1. I just thought that everybody was like in the same age in that one, and I think it worked out better in the first one than this one. There was more coordination in that one. But definitely, I don't know. Like, I like it, but I feel like they could do so much with it. So much more. And they're not. So then I have a question like, okay, what's next here? Like, what is next here? Because, like, my expectation is that I'm going to see something different. Like, I want Disney to do more with Marvel, and they're not doing it. As far as Netflix goes, they have this new show called To the Lake that I'm definitely going to give a try. There's a lot of other like shows on there that look really decent that I want to watch. Selling Sunset, the ending of that was fine. There's a lot of gossip going into that show, and I just like it because I like the houses. But I feel like going back to HGTV, are they losing like their originality? Because like some of these shows they have are kind of boring, and it's not interesting, and it's not good. And I'm just like, what the hell am I watching? Going back into Ozark, it just didn't end the way I wanted it to. There's this show called Welcome to Eden on Netflix, which I'm going to probably watch with Skip. We'll get to that at some point together. I don't know. I'm kind of obsessed with Flight Attendant right now. That's kind of my number one show, just because the main character is insane, and I like all the different elements to that show. So I'm kind of going with that as number one. Better Call Saul is definitely number two. Barry's definitely closer to 2 or 3. The current season of Barry is nuts as hell. He is so funny. It's like a comedy about a serial killer, so it's really fun. I mean, he's a hitman, not a serial killer. It's really entertaining and fun. As far as me, HBO, Apple, and Netflix are at the top of the game right now. I really want Amazon to do better, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. Question marks. Getting into food. I don't know. Question marks everywhere. Lately, we've been just eating the same stuff all over and over again. I got paninis from, what the hell is the name of the panini place? The panini joint in West Hartford. Haven't had Shake Shack in a while. Probably going to get that at the end of the week. We have been really liking Arby's. Arby's has been really doing awesome. And Arby's chicken is really great. They have this they have buffalo, and then they have this other flavor that's really good. And Arby's has the option of crinkle fries or curly fries. I like the curly fries. And it's just a fun way to go out and have like dinner dates together. So dinner dates. If you're just having a dinner date by yourself, you don't need another person to go out on a dinner date. You can go out on a dinner date by yourself. If you're not in a relationship, don't feel like you have to have another person with you. Although it's probably more fun to not be alone. But you can have a lunch date. Basically, if you're in an area of an Arby's and you're in a car, you can just go to the drive-thru and bring it home. Because not everybody wants to go in restaurants still. I don't really see what the big deal is, but some people are like, I don't want to go in restaurants yet. I mean, I understand it, but I don't understand it. Who knows? I think that you can determine what you like the best and then go there all the time. I mean, I would tell you about all the food I'm making at home, but like I haven't really been making anything special. Just going to the grocery store sucks now because everything is like overpriced and inflation is sucking ass. So like chicken, instead of it being like $10, is almost like $16, and things that are cheaper are not cheaper. So like that's changing how we're eating. Like it's cheaper to go out and eat versus going to the grocery store. So like depending on what's happening, we're more so ordering out because it's cheaper to do that. Not that I don't like meal prepping and going to the grocery store, because I do, but like some of the stuff at the grocery store is not cheap. And I like to go directly to the butcher to get meat, and I have a certain way I like to eat. And I keep talking about doing a meal plan, but like I don't know if I want to spend like $70 a week for a meal plan. Like I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. That's the conversation. Anyways, it's all up to you. Like it's just me and Skip. So my mom does a great job of eating things at home the correct way, and sometimes we do a great job of that too, but sometimes we don't. So if you can do a better job than we are of eating at home, then good for you. And if you're on board with me and you're like, I don't want to cook every day, then don't do that. To each is their own. Anyways, that is the end of the podcast. Thank you for tuning in, as always, to Born to Be a Star. And if you're near an Arby's, go eat there right now. And if you're going to look at something, get Apple. Also, get Netflix too. And even get Amazon and just get all of them. Get HBO Max. You need that too. Get Shudder. There's a lot of things you're going to need if you're going to be eating and watching things. And the movies, I don't know about that. We'll talk about that later. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. I'll see you right back here on Tuesday. And remember, you are a star wherever you are. And yes, you can. Say it again. Yes, I can. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.